Hey guys, let me just start off before I say anything else and just mention that I just got over one cold and I am catching another one, so if my voice sounds a little off or I sound nasally or sniff or anything like that, I'll try to keep it to a minimum, but I apologize in advance. You gotta love this New England weather. I know it's been a while since my last actual update video that wasn't about anything else. I think my last one was around October or so, give or take. I've obviously done some videos since then, but they weren't really talking about myself at all. They were just cute little things here and there. But I have missed YouTube, and I have missed doing these videos, and now that things are finally starting to lighten up on my load a little bit, YouTube is definitely one of my hobbies that I want to get back into, among a few other hobbies. Part of the reason why it's been such a long while since my last real update is because there was so much on my plate starting in around October and November. Work was really heavy at the time. I was pretty much running one aspect of the department I worked in by myself. I had a little help occasionally, but I was in a very small department and everyone had their own separate duties, so they couldn't help me with my duties often, which is not their fault. And I was doing mail for an insurance company, and I was pretty much doing that mostly by myself, and it was a lot. So that weighed quite a bit on me. And on top of that, it's also been taking care of both my kids, obviously, but my son, who is autistic. He started kindergarten, obviously, in September, and it was definitely a transition from him going from preschool, daycare, to going to kindergarten all day. Right now, his schedule is pretty much like we drop him off at daycare, the school bus picks him up, takes him to school, then after school he goes for his ABA session for a couple hours, and then we pick him up, and by the time we get home and have dinner, it's almost time for bed. It's a whole day for him. It's tough for an adult, let alone a kid. So we've been trying to keep that in mind, but there have been behaviors popping up that we didn't love, and we're working on that. So it's been a long road with that. Obviously, I love my son so much. It's been a whole thing. It's a little personal, so I won't fully get into it, but it's just been a lot of work and trial and error trying to steer him on the right path, so to speak. Besides my son, to digress a little bit, I did, after quite some thought, decide to switch positions at my company. So I'm still with the same company, but I'm in a different department now. And to make a longer story short, it was a really good decision for me, and it's been an amazing change, and it's so much better. It's such a better fit for me, for my life, and the company itself went through a merger, so that was an additional change that made me changing departments on the back burner for a little bit until the merger was done, which I understand, but at the same time it meant that I had to stay in my department and do my previous job pretty much by myself, and it was a lot of stress, and it was a lot to wait through, and it was hard to be patient, but I made it, and so now I'm in a different department, and I obviously had to take some time and train to do that. Again, this is all since like October. I officially started my new department the first of the year, so I had to train on that, and so now I work for an insurance company, work in the personal lines department, and it's a much better fit. I won't bore you with all the details, but it's been a much better fit for my home life and my mental health and everything else. It's been wonderful. So far, so good with work. And also it's given me the opportunity to work from home, which I've never had before. And that has been amazing as well, because I used to have to drive 45 minutes to an hour to work, to and from every day. So that's basically 2 hours of driving every day. And now that I'm working from home, I can get a little more done. I still have to get work done throughout the day, but if I need to step away from the desk for a minute to go take care of something at home or do that, I can, and that's been awesome as well. Plus, especially going forward, I know that once both my kids are in elementary school, I can be here and home for them. And even if I have to work, I'm at least in the house. So if they get home from school around 2 or so, then I will be here. If they have a day off, I will be here. I may be working, but at least I'm physically here, and, you know, God forbid, if they're sick or something else, it allows me a lot more flexibility than I had before. So that's definitely something that I am so glad I have, and I've been waiting what feels like a long time for. Alright, enough about work. As much as I don't totally love the number, I'm also turning 40 this year. And in lieu of turning 40, I don't want to say it's a lot for me to process, but it's been a little bit for me to process because obviously I'm not old, but I'm getting older. And as you get older, I'm sure some of you may or may not know, you start to kind of rethink stuff in your life. So one of the things I want to do is try to work to have better habits and be healthier. Not that I was unhealthy before, but I want to be healthier. I want to set a good example for my kids. I want to be healthy for myself, for my husband, for my family, have a good lifestyle, things like that. One of the things that I've been doing is trying to drink more water. I used to drink Propel, like fitness water, and I would just go and buy all the water bottles and stuff like that. And not that I'm a big, like, earth thumper or anything like that, but I didn't like constantly buying more and more water bottles and going through them and stuff like that. But I didn't want to go to just plain water because I do like to have a little flavor in it. So I discovered the Circle water bottle system. I actually discovered it at Walmart. I'm going to make a whole video about this later. I'm not going to get into it right now. But it's actually a cartridge that you can buy. Goes into the water bottle like that. You twist it on. And it flavors the whole bottle of water, and I think this whole lid can actually screw off, and you can actually put it on other certain water bottles, so you don't have to use Circle, but it's easier if you do. And there's different flavors you can get. This one is Honeycrisp Apple. There's different, I don't know if you can see it, but there's different strengths that you can use for the bottle. You can actually twist it, and the numbers will go up, and you can make the flavor a little bit stronger or a little bit weaker. Again, I will get into that later. Another thing I just recently got into is, I don't know if you've ever heard of virtual challenges online. It's basically like not running. You can run, you can walk, you can do cycling, you can do any kind of exercises. There's a way to convert like exercise into mileage. And it's kind of like if you were going to do either a marathon or walk or run a 5K or anything like that, you know, they have different races and stuff like that. Well, instead of going somewhere and doing it in person, you can actually keep track of how much you run or walk or cycle or exercise every day and keep track of all your mileage. And if you get to so much mileage, you can actually compete to get a medal when you complete a certain amount of miles. And I will make a separate video about this as well because I'm actually really excited to be part of this now, and there's a lot that goes into it. But basically I have been using the stationary cycle in my bedroom a lot more often, so it's been not only getting me to exercise more, but it's been getting me to stick with it because it's entertaining and it's a goal to work towards, and it's not just, oh, I have to exercise now, this is boring, and like you lose motivation. Like, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I actually want to keep doing it, so that's been great as well. The last little thing that I'll mention in this video is now that my job has been going a lot better and I feel like I have tiny bit more time for myself, and I'm working on it. I'm working on trying to kind of juggle different things, but I'm trying to make more room for my hobbies once again. I was under a lot of stress with my job and a lot of stress with my kids, one in particular, and it's slowly lessening kid-wise. The job has been like night and day. I'm so much less stressed than I was around the holidays and stuff, and I'm so grateful for that. So it was hard to either have time or have the energy to do hobbies that I wanted to do. But now I'm slowly starting to kind of, I don't want to say improve my life, but improve my well-being and my mental health and my motivation to do things that I really enjoy doing that I haven't felt like doing for quite a while. Like, I want to get back into crocheting and making toppers. If you follow my channel at all, you know I didn't make these, but I'm just kind of demonstrating what it is. I want to get back into using like my Cricut machine, my crafts machine, start making toppers again. Sometimes I write a little bit on the side. I'm hoping that I can get back into that a little bit. That's been a little bit more on the back burner compared to my other hobbies, but it would be nice to get back into that again. I'm trying to make my 40th year something really positive. Like, obviously there's always going to be challenges in life, but where it's my 40th year on Earth, I'm trying to do things better, be better to myself, have better habits, make life better, do more, see more. There's no time like the present, right? So thank you for tuning in. If you watched this whole video and stuck around for me blathering on, I appreciate it. I do plan on doing more videos and getting back into this habit again because I do miss doing it. I actually really enjoyed doing YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. There absolutely will be more coming. I will be probably doing a video about the whole circle water thing. I will be doing a video on the virtual challenges that I'm doing. I'm currently doing a Lord of the Rings themed one. And it's been fun so far. I only just started it, but I'm looking forward to finishing it and earning my medal, so I'll talk about that later. So definitely stick around. I'm going to try to make this the best year I can, fighting through my cold. Like I said, I'm constantly trying to think up new ideas of what to do on my channel again, so I hope you will stick around and see once more what I have to offer. Alright guys, take care.